What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 187, and we start today's episode off with a squad report here, as you can see how the players are currently doing. Of course, joining Arsenal in the January transfer window, making a couple of signings, well, quite a few signings in the end. And you know, the squad is developing quite nicely. You know, quite a lot of players that have come in: Abita, Mario Williams, Proctor, Ryan Sarr, Unlu. All of these players that we signed in January are already beginning to develop. It's only Kagan Holland and Chris Ince, I do believe, that haven't developed yet in terms of their overall. Everyone else is looking really good. And of course, this Arsenal team is going to take a while before we get it to the level where we want it to be at. But I'm still liking what we've got right now. I feel like I found a good system as well. The 4-4-2 Diamond Central, or 4-1-2-1-2 Central, however you want to call it, is working pretty well for us. Lazari and Welbeck together up top are a good partnership. We scored quite a few goals already. The defence is relatively solid, although my defending isn't the best. It's not a bad team at all. You know, when we first came in, I was really fearful that we were going to completely fail with our aims of qualifying for the Champions League. As you can see, with 8 games to go, we're in 3rd place with 60 points. But look at Spurs and United, both on 60 as well. We're only ahead of them by goal difference, and then City in 6th are only 2 points behind us. And you can't discount Liverpool as well in 7th with 53 points. So yeah, I was worried when we came in we were going to fail with our aims, because I wasn't liking the team. We wouldn't qualify for the Champions League, and we'd end up getting sacked at the end of the year. But the way we've started, you know, we've picked up some really good form of late, and we're into the FA Cup semi-finals. We're, you know, well, we're in 3rd place in the league. Yes, the Europa League was a bit of a fail, and I'll hold my hands up, but I'm liking how we've began life here at Arsenal and here at the Emirates Stadium. And if we can stay where we are right now in the top 4, that's the only aim the board have. So we'll be very pleased to complete that aim if we can do so, and we just need to keep on winning. You know, we're on a really good run of form so far. We've only actually lost 1 game since arriving here at the Emirates, and that was against Hoffenheim away from home in that Europa League round of 32 tie. So we just got to keep it going. We just got to keep this form going, and we'll be okay. Still easier said than done, obviously. But the first game of today's episode is against Middlesbrough here, and Middlesbrough are currently sitting in the relegation zone in 19th place. We would obviously be heavy favourites for this game, and the first chance did fall to us. Danny Welbeck's shot was pretty tame, and the goalkeeper had a simple save. But from his kick out, we win the ball back here and regain possession. Danny Welbeck step overs around his man, goes through and shoots, and does score the opening goal of the game. So Welbeck makes it Arsenal 1, Middlesbrough 0, and it was going to be tough for Middlesbrough in this game to get anything from it. And as soon as we got the ball back there and gave it to Danny Welbeck, I knew I've got to shoot with a bit more power this time, because the first shot was really weak, and this time it does go past the goalkeeper, and Welbeck gets his 15th goal in the Premier League this season. So he and Lazari are working really well together up top, and there's another goal for Welbeck there as he does make it 1-0. And in the 38th minute here, Ramsey collects the ball and spreads it out wide towards Santi Cazorla, who takes on his man, beats him with the roulette, goes down his right hand side and shoots. The goalkeeper saves it. Sanchez flicks it to Welbeck, and then the goalkeeper saves from Welbeck again. A good double save by Steele, but as it comes to Rodrigo Lazari, he couldn't miss, and at the 3rd time of asking, we do pop the ball into the back of the net. So Arsenal 2, Middlesbrough 0, 5 minutes before half time. And a bit fortunate that goal as well, because when the shot was taken by Cazorla, I tried to actually head it into the goal with Sanchez. In the end, thankfully for us, it just sort of you know, just trickled along to the path of Danny Welbeck. His shot was saved, and again a lucky deflection really off the goalkeeper to Lazari, and we make it 2-0. So a pretty fortunate goal, but we're 2-0 up in this game. And in the second half, Middlesbrough, if they wanted to get anything from it, they had to show a bit of urgency and a bit of ambition. And so a couple minutes after the restart, they did actually show that and get themselves a goal for it as well. Adam Clayton putting the ball past Szczesny and making it Arsenal 2, Middlesbrough 1 there. As the pass came into the box, it was pretty poor defending in all honesty. Holland seemed to run towards the 6-yard box for some reason. Maybe that was my fault, but even so, Clayton finished it quite easily and made it Arsenal 2, Middlesbrough 1. So Middlesbrough possibly back in the game, but really directly after that we tried to get our 2-goal cushion back, and as Lazari takes it around his man here, he goes through 1-on-1, and Steele makes a very good save before Ayala clears the ball away. So still 2-1, and from that resulting throw in, it comes to Lazari, who crosses the ball in, and Welbeck's header ends up hitting the post, and it's cleared away by Middlesbrough. So still 2-1, and after Middlesbrough goal, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, the side currently in the relegation zone could put us under a bit of pressure and start to sweat, make us sweat a little bit, and start to make us feel a little bit nervous. But for the most part, it was just all Arsenal, you know, really for the entire game. Other than the 1 goal they scored, it was all Arsenal. Welbeck went relatively close there, and in the 86th minute, Welbeck's on the ball again for us here. He spreads it out wide towards Aaron Ramsey. The Welshman takes it around Ayala with the fake shot, then the drag back, keeps on going. He's got Welbeck and Dzeko in the middle. He picks out Dzeko. His header's well saved by Steele, and the follow-up header is actually off the defender for Middlesbrough, Williams, and goes behind for a corner. But it was how the game would finish, Arsenal 2, Middlesbrough 1, and again, other than the goal Clayton scored, it was a relatively routine victory. In all honesty, my finishing was quite poor in that game, and we probably should have won it by 2 or 3 goals, but regardless, a 2-1 victory. We expected to win, we got the win, and that's the most important thing. So another 3 points for us, and the good run continues. You know, we really are in a good run of form right now. We keep on picking up the points and keep on getting the wins, and all we got to do is just keep on going with this very good run of form, and I've got no doubt we will be qualifying for the Champions League next year. We're certainly not out of the wilderness, you know, despite this good run of form, there's still very good sides around us and just below us, so we're certainly not out of the wilderness. There's still a good chance that teams like Liverpool, who we face for our second and final game of today's episode, could catch us up, but I'm remaining confident, I'm remaining optimistic. I think we're going to have enough to do it, despite the fact there's still 7 games to go, and as you can see, you can't really rule out the teams like City and Liverpool in 6th and 7th, United as well, obviously, Spurs too. You can't really rule out these teams, there's still chances they could catch us up. Still, we do take on Liverpool for the second and final game of today's episode here as we travel to Anfield to take on Liverpool. Obviously, you know, like in the last episode against Everton, if Liverpool want to stay in this race for the Champions League places, they probably do need to make sure they get a win in this game, and certainly, if nothing else, avoid defeat. And they did start quite brightly, the first chance coming from a free kick there being saved by Szczesny, and a couple minutes later they win the ball back, and Fabio Borini shoots, and again Szczesny is forced into a good save. But as they get the ball away of Holland here, it's won back by Moreno. He picks out Adam Lallana, and the former Saints man holds off the challenge of Unlu, picks out Paul Pogba, and the former Juventus and Manchester United man makes it Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. So Pogba, of course, don't forget, is joining Paris Saint-Germain next year on a free transfer. That was the last thing we did before leaving the Parc des Princes. So Pogba, you know, he still has a part to play in this race for the Champions League places for Liverpool, and as he scores past Szczesny there, well, I was just sitting there thinking maybe I should have signed him on a permanent deal in January to make sure he wouldn't do that at against my new club. But even so, Pogba does score the goal there. It's a really nice finish as well. At first I thought Szczesny could have been blamed for it, but it was a really good strike. Possibly on another day he might have got gloves to it, but he didn't, and it's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0, and it's more a result of my poor defending really than the goalkeeper. So Liverpool do take the lead in this game. In the 35th minute we went quite close, Rani Unlu's strike going just wide the post and behind for a goal kick, and in the 39th minute Lazari crosses the ball in, Welbeck flicks it backwards towards Unlu, he picks out Kieran Gibbs and the left back strikes it on target, but Mignolet makes the save and the Belgian goalkeeper turns it behind for a corner. So still 1-0 to the home side, but from that resulting corner Mesut Ozil crosses the ball in and picks out Laurent Koscielny, and Koscielny picks out the back of the net as well, and Koscielny's already scored a couple of headers from corners. He's pretty dangerous from set pieces, and as he does make it Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1, we're back on level terms in this game. And you know, Koscielny is one of the players who, you know, will eventually be replaced here in this Arsenal team despite being the captain right now, and you know, he keeps on scoring. Well, I think that's 3 goals for us now since we arrived. He has been scoring a couple of goals for us at least, and you know, he's not a bad centre back at all, so maybe despite his age he could still be in the first team next season. We'll have to wait and see. Still, he does make it Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1, and 4 minutes after the restart in the second half, Danny Welbeck almost made it 2-1, his shot going just across the face of goal and behind for a goal kick. And in the 53rd minute, Mkhitaryan's strike is well saved by Szczesny, and the former Borussia Dortmund and Shakhtar Donetsk midfielder, or playmaker even, is denied by a good save by Szczesny. So the Armenian can't make it 2-1, but we're still on level terms in this game. And again, another good chance for Rani Unlu here, 16 minutes before time, but his strike goes just wide and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-1 in this game. In the 77th minute though, Coutinho backheels the ball towards Raheem Sterling, and Sterling finds Jovetic. The pair play a brilliant 1-2, and Sterling goes through one-on-one, but he hits the bar and Kieran Gibbs turns it behind for a corner. So what a chance for Sterling to give Liverpool the win late on in this game, but thankfully for us he cannons the ball off the woodwork and the score remains 2-1. But from the resulting corner, Liverpool goes short, and as Coutinho loses out to Kieran Gibbs here, he plays a through ball to Danny Welbeck, and look at the room that Danny Welbeck has to gallop in. But don't just look at Danny Welbeck, look at the man at the bottom of the screen, Joel Campbell, who diving headers Danny Welbeck's cross past Mignolet and into the back of the net, and the substitute makes it Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2, and that man here, Raheem Sterling, well, he knows just seconds ago he could have made it 2-1 to Liverpool. He hit the bar, and from the resulting corner we got up the other end, and no one picked out Joel Campbell. And it's funny because when Welbeck was running, I was like, where's the support, where's the support? And Campbell just came flying out of nowhere to join the attack, and he makes it Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2, and surely with minutes to go, we are going to claim a massive 3 points here at Anfield. So Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2, Campbell coming off the bench, making it 2-1, and what a fantastic goal that was. Welbeck there crossing the ball in. I thought I was going to mess it up. In the end though, a fantastic header makes it 2-1 to Arsenal, and surely we'll claim the win. But from the kick-up we give the ball away. Sterling's on the ball for Liverpool and gives it to Aspas here. Aspas plays it back into Sterling, and it's redemption for Raheem Sterling because, well, he messed up a great chance to make it 2-1 to Liverpool, but at least he doesn't mess up this chance. Sterling puts the ball past Chesney, this time puts it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net, and makes it Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. So relief at Anfield really, because they were surely going to lose the game after our goal, but I switched off defensively, really poor. But Sterling's goal in the end redeeming himself, making it 2-2, and we're not out of the wilderness yet. Had we won that game, we would have had a massive gap over Liverpool, but Liverpool keep their Champions League dream alive, and for us it's just a bit of a stutter, but we stay in the top 4, and that's the main thing. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.